When you understand, or you have the Ruach of Yah, the testimony of Yahshua is the Ruach of prophecy. And that's what prophecy is. It is Nabah. That is how it is expressed in the Aramaic language. It is Nabah. And so we have the testimony of Yahshua HaMashiach. Then we have the Ruach of prophecy. Prophecy doesn't mean a damn thing to Yisrael today, because we love the world. If any man has the love of the world in him, or if any man is a friend of the world, he's an enemy of Yah. He has not the love of Yah. Hallelujah. Because we're inspired by the lust of our eyes, the lust of our flesh, and we're prideful of those that are ours. My son attends AJ Academy, and he's an A student. He's a damn little cheater. How about that? Hypocrite, tell the truth. Hallelujah. He's a bad, hard-headed little devil. You won't see them with those kinds of tags. My daughter's a little heifer. You ought not to say that. Well, Yah calls us a heifer. He says we are a backslidden. We're just like a backslidden heifer. Those little heifers out there, they don't take the bull quite well. They slide back from the bull. The heifers out there, and those that have not been touched by the bull, they don't take him that well. You understand? They slide back. So we don't take the truth of Yah well, do we? We're like a backslidden heifer, what we are. He writes unto them that they may understand the beauty of their duties, to allow that to flourish in their bosom. And in doing that, then we will understand, we will hear the very wisdom of Yah, and understand the process that is ahead of us. He goes on to say in the 12th verse of the same chapter, he says unto the Hebrew Yisraelites, he said, I beg you, I beseech you, Yisraelites, my fellow laborers of the Emat, the truth. He says, first of all, I want you to yada, to know them which labor among you. You must know. You must. This is a generation that they think that they know, and they don't know a damn thing. He said, I want you to know them that labor. I want you to know them that labor among you, that labor in the Ruach. And the only way you're going to know one is that you must have observation in the Ruach, not in your damn corrupt mind. You must be led by the Ruach. You must see their labor. You must see the work of their hands. You must see what has been exemplary in their lives. He said, I want you to yada. I want you to confess and testify of the labor of those. You must see what comes out of their mouths. You must hear what comes out of their mouths. And you can tell how they have labored. Labor as a workman, need not to be ashamed, and rightly dividing the Torah of Yah. You will know whether they are laborers of the Torah. You will know whether they have the mind, the conscience of Yahshua HaMashiach. Because they will not give you little frivolous things to make you feel nice. His word is powerful, is it not? And it's sharper than any two-edged sword, is it not? And it cuts. It cuts asunder. It separates. It separates even the marrow from the bone, the ruach from the nefesh. It is powerful, and is one sure sign of the Torah, the speech of those that labor in Torah. It is that his word is piercing. It is sharper and powerful, piercing even to the separation or dividing, whereby your own natural labor say that's right, and the driven force in your conscience say you know it's wrong, that it was separated. We need messengers that declare it that way. As the old folks would say, you can't sit still. You got pins and needles all on your buttocks and all in your inward parts. You just cannot sit still, because it identifies every activity, every kind of your vile, suspicious ways. It opens them up. I'm glad of that. I want my sins and my wickedness to go before me. So I want to hear it like this. This is what keeps me, all right? This is what preserves me, Yisrael. He said, you should know them that labor among you and are over you in Yah. He says, and they are the ones that zaheh. They are the ones that rebuke you. They are the ones that teach you. They are the ones that show you. They are the ones that warn you. They are the ones that advise you. They are the ones that show you how to study. I ask you all the question so far. Can you all not even tell that this simple man has spent some time in the Torah to derive to the points that he has brought out? Now, this is not spending 2 or 3 minutes there, but this is preparation and preparing, whether I preach this or not. And if you cannot tell that, if you cannot assist the laboring of this man, you are a damn fool. I don't boast in that. It is the driven force of the testimony of Yahshua in me that drives me constantly. He said that they are over you, they give you charge, they admonish you, they zaheh, they teach you. And above all things, this is what those that labor among you, what they do. Above all things, this is what zaheh is. It has the indication of this. Shanak YisraYah, that they enlighten you, YisraYah, that you will walk with caution in your walk and the way you do things. That is what reproof is for, to caution you, to enlighten you, to cause you to be aware, to cause you to be awakened out of the slumber of your drunkenness. That is what zaheh is. It is to enlighten one, that one is enlightened with great cautions, that they do not proceed on a path that is diametrically opposed as to what the Torah teaches. Send me a man like that, Yah. Send the messenger, Yah. Send the Nabi. I want to hear it like that. Isn't it a beautiful thing that if you transfer into one lane and someone blows the horn and startles you, don't you like that? I know I do. Well, I've done that. I've done that. Very few of you all has driven as long as I have, but I've done that. And so when they blow the horn, what a great caution. Doesn't that awaken you to watch how you drive for the rest of the day? All right, YisraYah. So that is what those that you ought to know what they are for, to caution you. That it makes you conscious of your own actions and your own activity, whereby the power of the testimony of Yahshua is not your inspiration, because you're not looking for the melchut of Yah. You're not looking for the kingdom of Yah. That is what his zaheh, he cautions you, he admonishes you, he warns you. That's what a reproof is for, to caution you that you don't go beyond the boundaries of Yah's statutes. That you hold fast to what he commands you. We are a foolish generation. We don't want to identify what spirit is in us. We're great pretenders. And we're false as hell. We got to get real, YisraYah. And you began with getting real with each other. Isn't it amazing how so phony we are with the world? We pretend we're this way. And yet when it comes to the people of Yah, we have a disdain for them. Nah, I don't even mess with the world. I don't. That's a fact. I don't play with the world. I don't. I don't care what they say to me. I don't care how they respond to me. Oh, you have to smile. I don't need to smile for you. I'm not smiling for you. Oh, I like that. Those are nice shoes you have. The world speaks to me that way. Sure it does. I understand their motive too. You understand, I wasn't born yesterday, so you cannot sell me a wooden nickel. You can give it to me. You can't sell. Let me proceed, YisraYah. He said, admonish, I want you that, and admonish you. He said, I want you to esteem them very highly in Ahab for their work's sake, and be at shalom among yourselves. He goes on to say in verse 14, now, he said, we exhort you. 1 Thessalonians 5:14. He says, now we encourage you, we exhort you, our Yisraelites, He said, I want you to, Zahir, I want you to warn them. I want you to warn them. I want you to teach them. I want you to reprove them. We don't want warnings today, do we? I want you to caution them that they will be enlightened. We don't want no one to do that to us. We don't give a damn. You take a little child, even though the Avat warns them and hold them back, they will stretch out, especially when they get to the little age of Sipurah, that she thinks she can walk, but she cannot walk. When she thinks she can man a thing, that's the way we are. We are children without any knowledge. You find those that don't know a damn thing about Yah, they may know his name and pretend they keep the Shabbat, and yet they know every damn thing there is to know. They don't even spend time. They spend more time with television and follow than they do study, and yet they're going to reprove a man like me. You will go to hell. I will not let you do that to me. Go to hell. I will not even allow you to assess me, to make judgment. You could get those that are the same clownish ism that you are. I don't give a damn what you say. But you will not correct me. Your witness is not profound. It is not of any essence of truth and power. It has no value. It has no sound peri fruit of it at all. You're a liar. You're a clown. You're a jokester. You're going to reprove me? No, you're not going to do that. I won't allow you to do that. It is almost like one goes in a gym and lift weights for a year, and then they're going to come tell me how to live. I've forgotten more than you've ever learned, lads. You can't show me anything about this and think you're going to do that for a year and you're going to come in and you're going to lift more than me. No, you can't do that. You will not be able to do that. And yet that's the way this natural, wicked, carnal mind thinks. It thinks that way. That's the way its mode of operandi is. And our natural mind, we think we know more than Yah. So we're going to tell him. The power of his HaMashiach means nothing. He says, I want you to exhort my YisraYah late up. He said, I want you to teach them, to show them, to instruct them, above all things, to enlighten them with cautions, with great warnings. What they are doing, it is not of Yah. They have fallen from the principles of Yah. Warn them that are deviant. And they have prescribed, they are unruly, they have a devious personality, and they do not subscribe to the statutes of the Torah, but they have their own statutes. I don't see why I can't do that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. And there are false concepts that cause a deviation from what Yah says. Yah says, have your neighbor, your Raah, as yourself. You can't love your damn enemy until you learn how to love your neighbor. And then when your enemy is hungry, you feed him with this kind of truth, his judgments, the truth of Yah. Who are the enemies? Those that are naturally carnal-minded. The carnal mind is enmity. It is a hatred against Yah, against the Torah of Yah. And you feed them truth like this. You don't have to worry about your enemies doing you any wrong, because if you feed them this here, they're going to run. That's why Dawid said to that vile Philistine, you come with me with your mesh, your sword. He said, but I come in the power of the name of Almighty Yahshua. He said, and the birds are going to eat your damn flesh. Hallelujah. You come with all of your armament and all your Trojan or your Trojan horses and those things that are embedded in the hearts of the wicked ones to inspire you against those that Yah has established. He said, but that's all right. I come to you in the name of Yah. And I'm going to feed your flesh to the birds. Hallelujah. That's what you do. You feed your enemies truth. You feed them the mishpatim, the judgment of Yah. You feed them the light of Yahshua HaMashiach. And they will ask you, what is that? When he brought down manna, that's what they call it, manna. They call it man, M-A-N, not M-A-N-N-A, but man. Mano. It is the life of man, his Torah. They knew not what they ate. Hell, we don't know what we're eating today. Our minds are so polluted. We don't know the riches of Yah. Come on and talk to me, YisraEl. Hallelujah. We don't want men like me. We don't want an ox to get up like these men on the past week to speak to us forthright, honest, and show us what's corrupt. Tenderness there, preciseness, and order that was crisp, much more crisp than mine. The speech, simple to digest. We don't give a damn. Go on, as the old folks would say, go on and keep on pretending. Most old folks didn't know that word pretending. Going on like a fool. They tell you going on. Isn't it amazing how I remember how the old one talk? Still remember that. You shunt that boy over, them or shunt him over. Shot down. Come on, Yisrael. I want to move on. He said, those that are unruly, they are deviant in their practices, and they prescribe to an order that is not of Yah. He said, I want you to comfort, to Nathan. Comfort. He talks about the feeble-minded. Yah said to Gideon, he said, first of all, I want you to separate out of the camp of Yisrael, first of all, those that are weak-hearted, those that are faint of hearted and feeble-minded. This camp, Yisrael, the faint of heart will cause devastation. And he's going to remove all the faint of heart. I don't give a damn who you are. He said, first of all, you get out all the faint of heart, send them home. They ain't worth a damn. They're going to discourage. They're not going to be of any strength at all. They have no power. They have no strength to persevere in Torah. They have no life or the strength of Torah. He said, I want you to just comfort them because they're weak. You know they're weak. These are men, or the man, the elders, the Zakin that Shaul was writing to in Thessalonica. They were men over the house of Yisrael. He said, comfort them because they're just weak. They're thin. They don't know how to eat the rations of Yah. We eat every kind of filthy ration, don't we? Lies. We love lies. We love stupidity. Can I say this? I don't boast of nothing, Yisrael. What am I? I'm nothing but a piece of flesh like you. But even as a young boy, I've never liked that. I've never been a silly lad. Have I acted silly? Well, sure, I'll be telling you a lie if I haven't. But for that kind of posturing among me, I liked older men. And I didn't find that among them as I did it with young men. You understand? I found the young women were silly. They were not like the older women. You know what, about 20 years old, a woman 30, 35, she has a different mentality than an 18-year-old girl. That's just the truth. You understand? So I never liked that. I never was a part of that. I didn't care for things like that. Never have. Never have. And we shouldn't care for that. Our conversation should be sober. It shouldn't be silly. We don't have we act silly enough to last us for the rest of our lives? I know I have. I don't need no more silliness. I don't need to act like a jackass no more. There's no time for laughs. It's time to cry now. You never cried, you better cry. The hell coming on this wicked nation. God's going to pour out his wrath on this whore. She thinks what's happening. Those people in those nations, Tunisia, Egypt, Iraq, Iran, the government is going to be a balkanized. It's going to be tyranny and hell. Same thing in this nation. We don't enjoy the Hoshi of Yah. And when one is Hoshi, when one is free, as I said to us last night, you're free, first of all, from taxation. And we can see on the imperialistic form of the Roman government, they began to tax the people in such a way. That's why the kingdom, when Shlomo began, he began to tax the people. He began to put a burden upon them. We didn't do that. And the kingdom has been divided since then. And we divide among kingdom lines. It is. Emat. We don't understand things because we don't labor in Torah. Moving ahead quickly. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He said, comfort the feeble-minded, those that are faint of heart. And he said, I want you to nasa. I want you to lift up. He calls them the weak. They are the rafef. They are the rafef. Not only are they slack in their physical state, but in their spiritual conscience, they are slack. And you see the state of their spiritual consciousness from their physical manifestation. That is the truth.